the IDP cast instead of if you don't want to tune into, the Mannings.
Yeah, this one's not live, so it's not. This one won't be
It's
nearly as fun
though.
tomorrow.
Like if you don't watch, and then you can go back and be like, I'm watching this live while Adam and them kind of react.
It's the IDP show, now you know.
Welcome to the IDP show. I'm Bobby Reynolds, joined in the Sode Shack tonight with Adam Markham. Adam, how are you, buddy?
Doing great. Good to be here with you, Bob.
Nice quiet night.
Yeah. We got T-Hunt on the TV right now, so that's fun. The 44-yard catch, that was very nice.
Yeah.
Sign of things to come, I think. It's been a tough start for us T-Hunt believers, but I've not wavered at all. I still feel very, very strong about the future. I think it's just, they're trying to figure out how to use them. They're probably getting a little cuter than they should be. Just let the dude get out there and do his thing. We don't got to be too gimmicky with him. I think he's fine. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, from everything that I can tell, defensively, seems like the Chiefs are kind of straying away from him. I don't really know how many times that he's been targeted tonight, but had a nice little pass deflection on Travis Kelce earlier on in the game. And then, there was that 44-yard pass where he went full. What's the guy that played with Keenan Allen there for the Chargers? It was always
Mike Williams.
Yeah, little Mike Williams, above the rim, coming down on his shoulder. So let's keep that to a minimum. But, Travis Hunter is going to happen at some point.
Yeah, he limped off a little bit in this one. So, but he seems to be fine back out there. But, I think that even as bad as it's been to start with Travis Hunter, like he still is getting at least 10 points every single week.
Yeah.
So
we just read Big Three scoring. I mean, here I am sitting on what would most people are calling a down night. We're at 13 points.
Yeah, it's fine. That's solid.
That's very fine. For somebody that actually hasn't popped off yet and is maybe still seen as a bust. 13 points is sometimes hard to come by once these buys start rolling around.
Yeah,
I'm happy with it. But welcome in to the IDP show. This is the Week 5 recap. As you can tell, it's me and Adam. Josh is not here. I don't even know where Josh is. Do you know?
Yes, some country again, not sure.
Okay, yep.
Can't keep up.
Alert all authorities worldwide right now because
Right.
something's up. We don't know what's going on. We're just here to talk to you all about the IDP news and notes from Week 5. But Week 5 was great. We just got to watch the maybe the best contract season for a linebacker of all time as Devin Lloyd just returned a 99-yard Patrick Mahomes interception.
That was a great experience. I'm glad that we got to enjoy that together. That made me laugh out loud as soon as it was over.
I think I was more impressed with the pass rush deke to then dropping coverage in front of Kelce, I believe, to get the grab. And then you were maybe more impressed with the 99-yard skill set to actually house that thing.
I just,
you were calling for Buda Baker the whole time.
I thought so. I thought he was about to get caught there at the end, man, but I don't know. It just didn't, wasn't meant to be. Very special stuff for Devin Lloyd, who is on an absolute tear right now. I don't think we have to worry about them being weird with the snap share anymore. I think he is here to stay. So,
what does that do for us in Dynasty, Addy? What do you think about Devin Lloyd going into next season?
It's huge. I mean, he's surging. There was this off season and the way the year started, he was a big question mark. It seemed like he was going to be one of these guys that, we hate to say it, but maybe a bust.
Yep.
But now, complete turnaround. Will he stay in Jacksonville? Who knows? Who really cares? Someone's going to pay him a lot of money.
For sure.
He's going to be one of the top paid linebackers on the market this offseason. So, I feel pretty dang good about him for the next, 3-4 years, I think.
Yeah. There's no chance that Jacksonville flips the script on us and keeps Lloyd and gets rid of Foye.
Maybe. I guess they could. I guess, Foye is really expensive, and he's going to be 31. That could happen. But,
probably not likely.
I agree.
Ventrell Miller's still there. We haven't heard much from him this year, but that was a fun experience to witness Devin Lloyd housing a 99-yarder. That's not everything, not something you always get to do on a Monday night. So, but again, like I said, welcome in to the IDP show. We're going to go through just some Adam and Bobby brain thoughts tonight. We're going to go through the DLs, through some linebackers, and then through some DBs. And I've got a little thing planned for later on. It won't take long as we finish the episode.
I'm scared. What's going on?
It's super easy. I'll curveball Adam here later on. But, Addy, let's get into the defensive lineman. Nick Bonitto put up 30 Points, big three scoring. 4 tackles, 2.5 sacks against Philadelphia this weekend. This gives him 7 sacks through his first 5 games and a 17-game pace of 23 sacks.
A cool 23 sacks, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, great stuff. I guess this is his second 30-point game of the season. So, yeah, dude is just on an absolute heater right now. I think he is edge 2. He's top 3. I feel like he's edge 2 right now overall in total points. But yeah, just got paid. Already, I think he's a great value at that contract already. So just good stuff for Bonitto. He's someone that's not ever leaving your lineup at any point.
Is he one of the best picks for sure in best ball so far this year?
Oh, yeah.
The ADP had to have been nasty. Bonitto, 26 years old. I mean, that's just prime.
Yeah, I mean, he was available there, like in those fast drafts that we were doing this offseason. You could get him in the 4th. I got him in the 5th. I've seen some people have him in the 6th. So I mean, he was a guy that would like slip through for whatever reason.
Yeah,
people just and I was guilty of it too. I mean, I was saying that he was a sell. Like I didn't think he was going to repeat.
Yeah,
but I liked him. I thought he was good. Mm-hmm. He just was so good last year that you just kind of feel like, well, that's probably a ceiling.
Yeah.
But
might not have been.
Turns out it was not.
Yeah.
Bonitto just might be that dude.
Yeah, through 5 weeks, 21 points, then a down game, only had 3 tackles, 5 points that second week, and then 32, 18, and 30 points in the last 3 weeks. Doesn't it feel like maybe Bonitto is somebody that you can acquire right now? It doesn't seem like he's hit this big name category of like Aiden Hutchinson, Myles Garrett. You know what I mean? Like in IDP, it still feels like you're going to have to pay a lot for him because the production is that people are going to see like what his average points per game is right now, and it's going to be hard to come by. But I do feel like you're not going to have to pay like you would for Will Anderson.
Agree, right? Yeah, and you'll probably get better production. Than Will Anderson over the next 2 years at least, right?
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I think that's a good call because I mean, I don't think anyone. I mean, there'll be some greedy little boys and girls out there that try and get a first out of him, but I think for the most part, he could be had for like a second.
I think so too.
Plus a little something else probably.
And we're talking about a guy right now, and this is just me doing off the cuff math, but we're talking 20 points per game probably right now on average.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, crazy. I mean, that's so hard to come by.
Yeah, I mean that probably won't stick. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna finish with
Travis Hunter again with a catch. We're just gonna shout that out every time.
Yeah, we have to.
Contractually obligated at this point. I had a thought today talking to Nico. Shout out Nico. Love you, buddy. But doesn't it feel like with defensive linemen, it is really just so much easier to take the old guys? Like it is cool to have Will Anderson. It's cool to have Aiden Hutchinson. But outside of that, the really young guys are hard. I mean, Jared Verse is really cool. But aside from that, I mean, Trey Hendrickson's still really good. Max Crosby's still really good. Nick Bosa was really good. Khalil Mack last year was awesome. I mean, there's just so many guys that are in this Bonitto range, that 26 to 32.
Yeah. What's enjoyable is just there's a lot of different ways to play it, right? I think if you want to just do the stud approach and just, not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's there for you, and that's and I get it. Like sometimes there's a lot of leagues I'd rather have just 2 bona fide studs and not have to, though I ain't got the time to get out there and try and find these gems sometimes,
For sure.
But yeah, I think like if I do have the time and like all things like perfect, like that is the way I truly do like to play is like finding the next Nick Bonitto, is finding the next Van Ginkels.
Sure, because you're not going to have to pay what you're going to have to pay for Aiden Hutchinson right now.
Right. Yeah. Bradley Chubb, a guy that's kind of come out of nowhere again. Right.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of wrote him off with the injury after injury.
Yeah.
But I think he's like edge 19 right now in total points. So I mean. I think that's the fun way to do it. Play matchups, right?
Yeah.
Go, play the guys that are going against bad quarterbacks and bad lines. But that's the beauty of IDP, man. There are just so many ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
No shame. However you do it.
Speaking of cast-offs, Josh Sweat, 4 straight games now with a sack. He has 5 through his first 5 games. He's now the edge 9 in total points.
Yeah, he's crushing it too. And what's impressive about that is like he's also not doing it with like a massive snap
about
share,
50%.
Right, pretty much. All those dudes are around the same there in Arizona, which Arizona, maybe play your better guys more. Like that would be a suggestion for me. You know, you don't have to just stick to the rotation just because you do it. Like I feel like Joshua is able to play a little more than he's playing. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to do that, guys, with your best players. Just as a suggestion here from the IDP show.
Also, 2 forced fumbles on the season, and Josh Sweat, only 28 years old still. So pay attention to it. I mean, he's going to be a guy that's going to be a very, very serviceable, edge 2 for the next couple years. Signed a nice deal there in Arizona.
A very big deal.
He's not going anywhere.
No.
All right, let's change.
The head coach, though, may be going somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you see him rip into...
I didn't care for that. The little
he kind of like...
physical altercation.
Yeah, it seemed like he kind of bumped him.
Gave him a little jab, maybe.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I think
maybe don't do that. Maybe don't touch the player.
I think maybe the boss move would be to get rid of him and keep Amari DeMarcado. Everybody's expecting DeMarcado to be cut right now because of what he's done, and it was a dummy move. But he did also break a 75-yard run almost to the house. Jonathan Gannon didn't do that.
I think if Woke Culture has anything to do with this, they'll get rid of the head coach, Bob. No one wants to be held accountable anymore. I'll say that.
I can't vouch for that. Held accountable, though, is myself to continue this episode on with Aiden Hutchinson. Much like Josh Sweat, 4 straight with a sack and 5 through 5 as well. He's now the edge 5 on the season in total points. He is now up to 90+% of the snaps. Really good tackles on the season. Has 3 forced fumbles to go with that as well. Aiden Hutchinson, still a dog.
Yeah, I was wrong to doubt him. It was a bad move on my part.
Yeah.
I thought about that mangled leg a lot this offseason.
I disagree. I think you had an adequate amount of hesitancy with him. Anytime
that's
you
usually
see
my move. I'm usually going to always be that guy.
If you remember a couple years ago, you had Daniil coming back with the fused back or whatever it was, and we were a little bit worried about that as well. And sometimes that kind of, bigger injuries can take a little bit of time, but Aiden looks really, really healthy. And obviously the Lions know he's healthy with his snap share.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's playing damn near 100%. So, yep, I mean, he's a top. Where do you have him in Dynasty as far as edges? Is he one for you?
He's the top.
He's one.
He's the top. That age, 24 years old.
Over Parsons.
Yeah.
I agree. Parsons just is too inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. He's got a little too much of that Will McDonald aspect to him, to where it's just sacks or nothing.
And also, I wonder, or I worry that I don't know that he has the ceiling that Hutchinson has.
I don't
Hutchinson
disagree.
has he can pop off for 4 or 5 sacks in a game potentially. He's done that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know that Micah. I feel like Micah's max is 3.
I feel like
maybe I'm wrong there, but
Micah's presence is more overwhelming on an NFL football field. But I feel like Aiden's motor. I mean, Aiden is just kind of this generation's Max Crosby. It's Max Crosby minus 6 years or however old Max is. Max is only 28 right now. But the motor on Aiden is just
they're very similar players.
Just fun,
but higher ceiling, I think, for Aiden.
Yeah, I think Aiden's still the edge one in Dynasty for me for sure.
Yeah, no arguments. There's a lot of guys in the mix at this point. You can throw Will Anderson in there as well. I think
he's had a little slow start to the season, but I think that the Will Anderson love will start to come around here midseason. He'll start to get it together.
Jared Verse coming around looking good.
Yep.
We'll probably get to him at some point.
Our younger edges are going to be fine. Let's go to an older edge. You want to talk about Kyle Van Noy real quick? Returns to action.
Yeah, just good seeing him back. He'd missed the last 2 or 3 games.
Yep.
That's a defense that is missing a lot of pieces right now. So just good to get someone back. And Van Noy came through with the sack this week. So
yeah, keep in mind that week 1 snap share was 68%. This week was only 27%. So he is going to play substantially more here over the next couple weeks.
For sure.
They're going to ramp him up. They need him. You're right. Old Greg Rousseau, if you're new to the show, gets going, putting up 24.2 points with 6 tackles and a sack against New England. Greg Rousseau, is he just going to continue just to be frustrating?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's just that type. He's someone that I'm okay getting rid of. Yeah. I feel like I can find a lot of Greg Rousseau-esque players out there. like we were talking about, where that he's you can stream guys I think that'll give you similar production to Rousseau.
Yeah, Rousseau is he's okay in best ball, I guess. I mean, Rousseau never really has that game breaking ability because his snap share is still pretty low. But Rousseau's a guy that I'm just, if somebody wants to pay me for him, or if I can move him in a deal and get something a little bit better, I'm happy to do that.
One of those guys where like you draft, in redraft especially, you draft him high, and so you feel like you can't take him out of like your defensive end 2 spot or edge 2 spot,
Yeah.
And so you just have to live with those down weeks and down years, which seems to be kind of the thing with him. Like he's going to have, he's going to have solid years, but then he's going to have these years where, he puts up like 8 sacks and he's like mid.
Yeah.
So
8 sacks in 17 games is kind of frustrating.
Yawn.
Yeah.
Don't care for it.
I don't disagree.
So, yes, I mean, I think he is. Now, if you can get him for pennies right now, if someone's like,
Yeah.
how
Fourth.
or someone drops him or something,
Yeah.
like, I mean, he's no worse than an edge 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I just,
And as we go through the bye weeks, there's going to be some weeks where you look around and you're like, all right, Rousseau, I guess we're going to roll you out. Or maybe he's got a favorable matchup.
Right.
But as far as the longevity of his career, it just doesn't seem like a guy that I am going to have a lot of.
Yeah.
At least long term. It's not if I can sell him or whatever, I would definitely do that.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not going to be collecting a bunch of him just because I've always worried about his ceiling. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think you're spot on with his ceiling. I think you're like, 8 to 10 sacks at most.
That's a regular season.
Low
for him.
tackle floor.
He'll maybe touch 12 or 13 every once in a while.
Cool. Greg had a good game and got me 14 points this week.
Yes, that seems to be the story.
That's very findable in IDP. All right. Bradley Chubb. Snaps have increased every week. Right around 75% snaps currently. 2 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery this week for 20.2 points. Currently the edge, 19 in total points. Bradley Chubb.
Good stuff.
Kind of a baller right now.
Feel good for him. That's
Oh, yeah.
I was a guy that I was worried that, we may have seen the last of him just as he's dealt with a lot of really serious injuries. So good to see him back. Good to see him playing well and playing a lot,
Yep.
I mean, they've kind of put a stiff-armed old Chop Robinson out the pitcher for a little bit.
Yeah, Chop's snaps have not been great. And let's go ahead and roll into the next guy I've added in here. We put the jersey up. Maybe I should put it back on. Jalen Phillips, first sack of the season. Also 70% snaps this week.
Yeah. I mean, the metrics were there for him. I think he had double-digit pressures, just hadn't gotten home on the sacks, and that's why we pay attention to that stuff. And yeah, just a matter of time before he got home, and that's what we saw here in week 5. So good to see. Hopefully he's we're still holding our breath. We're not going to get too cocky when it comes to Jalen Phillips, just because it's
You never know how long you're going to have him.
Right. Season's young still.
Not a guy you're going to try to trade for right now.
I don't think so. I think this is a good time
to get out.
The problem is he hasn't been good enough in the stat sheet to where people are,
going to pay you very much.
Right. They're still going to try and give you a 5th or 4th or something where I'll just hold him at that point.
I agree. Let's go on to Von Miller. 3 sacks through his first 5 games. And then Dorrance Armstrong, 5 and 5. Dorrance Armstrong is now the edge, 11 in total points. So
how about that?
Von Miller continues to be a baller, and then Dorrance Armstrong hates what me and Adam have said about him over the last couple weeks. And edge 11.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Are you believing in it?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I still don't think so. I feel like he's done this to us a lot of times.
Frequently.
In the last few years.
Yeah.
I feel like he started hot last year in Washington. But I am happy for Von Miller. Good to see him. Well, I don't know if I'm happy for him. He can be a sketchy character, I think. But it is nice to see him, do well and get some sacks and return people, that drafted him.
3 sacks through the first 5 weeks in 2024, and then only had 2 the rest of the season. Now, he did have a really...
This was Dorrance Armstrong?
This was last year for Dorrance Armstrong. Now, last year in the playoff, he was a baller. He had 3.5 sacks through 3 weeks in the playoffs. But you're right. To begin last season, 3 sacks for the first 5 weeks. So Dorrance is,
hot starter.
Probably a guy you just stay in the flames with until it really falls off. I mean, it's not a guy that you can bench right now.
No, he's going to get the snaps.
You're playing Caleb Williams next week, but then you've got Dak and you've got Mahomes. Seattle, Detroit, Miami. So not a real great stretch coming up.
Yeah, the Kansas City and Dallas could be tough for him.
Yeah.
But who knows? Those are division games. You never know.
But Von Miller, you want to speak any more to him, or?
I don't think so. Just a very quality best ball pick if you made it.
Yeah, let's give a quick shout out to Johnny and Professor IDP on IDP bets. Johnny, the Greek, went 4 for 4 on tackle props, and Professor IDP went 3 for 4 on his sack props, with especially great calls on Malik Collins over a half a sack at plus 178, and Derek Brown, who I believe has not had a sack on the season, over a half sack at plus 280. So if you were tuned in, the IDPshow.com, or if you were watching the YouTube, I think a lot of the bets shows either come out late Friday night or Saturday morning, depending on where you live.
Yeah, bets is it's a live show on YouTube on Friday night.
Yep.
And then I think it becomes a podcast.
Correct.
But also they post the picks to the website as well. So we got you covered everywhere.
The IDPshow.com. You're making money right now if you're paying
you're making a lot of
IDP bets.
If you tell them, you made a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean those plus numbers you were mentioning.
Yeah.
Plus 280.
That's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go, Professor IDP. Good stuff.
It'll pay for your gas to get to Tennessee to make the bets.
Yeah.
To then drive home.
You can make the bets here, Bob.
I know you can, but some platforms I still can't.
Okay, yeah, I understand. That's true. That is true.
For all the platforms.
But them streaming boys, they're smart fellas.
Sure are. Shout out Johnny. Shout out Professor IDP.
Yep.
Great show.
Great articles every week.
Absolutely.
Streaming cornerbacks, streaming DL.
Man, it's full. Josh has built a little empire over here. All right, some things I wanted to touch on. Some guys I wanted to throw some names in here. Justin Aboigbe. I don't know how to say his last name.
Probably.
Defensive tackle there for the Chargers. 2 sacks in the last 2 weeks. The playing time has increased from week 4, 36%, to week 5, 70% of snaps.
Things you love to see.
Something to pay attention to.
Where was this guy drafted at?
I have no idea right now, Addy. He was really late. He was not super early.
But he was in this.
He was in this last draft class. I'll look that up as we talk. But
just kind of busted onto the scene out of nowhere.
Just kind of came through, and a lot of the Josh always says the smart analysts. I pay attention to the dumb analysts on Twitter. A lot of the dumb analysts that I pay attention to really like the guy. So that's a huge increase in playing time from 36% to all of a sudden 70% last week is a huge jump. So I don't really know that it's a guy that I'm going to get right now, but just a name to kind of pay attention to because I lost Elijah Cansey a couple weeks ago, so I've been really in the DT trenches trying to pay attention to what's going on. Also, shout out my boy Osa Odigizua with a sack this week. So
there you go. Another guy that we mentioned on the high pressure, low sack list.
Love that.
Yep.
I love that. That needs to become an article. Addy, a couple weeks ago, you said, hey, pay attention to Zadarius Smith because his PT is going to increase and he's liable to get home. So now he's seeing about 50% of snaps and got his first sack this week.
Yep, I mean that's the playing time is going to continue for him. I believe. I mean that was already a very thin unit to begin with, and then they're dealing with a lot of injuries there. Nolan Smith is still out for I think 3 weeks.
Yes.
Jalen Hunt has been playing a lot more snaps, and he's been looking pretty solid. But for the most part, that's not what you want as a team. You don't want to have Jalen Hunt as your best edge rusher.
Yeah.
So Zadarius Smith, a proven vet, a guy that has been productive at pretty much every stop he's been at. I'm totally fine playing him. There, like you mentioned, there's another example. Just a guy you can stream, get off waivers, who's going to give you probably 7 to 8 sacks. Probably in obvious spots, like where you know to start this guy. You're not going to start him in your bad matchups. But
in Dynasty, would you rather have him or Old Greg?
Who's Zadarius Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd much rather have Old Greg.
But
Zadarius is already like 30.
But I understand that. But I'm saying like plugging into your lineup.
Oh, like
you have both of them.
I see what you're saying.
I understand you obviously want the youth, but I mean like. I think
week to week, probably similar production.
You're going to feel way more comfortable plugging in Zadarius Smith into your starting roster than you are Old Greg. Old Greg's liable to leave you with 2 points, but Zadarius, in situations where there's going to be a sack, can put you ahead.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Justin Eboigbe played at Alabama, 2024 draft. He was a 4th-round draft pick. So played at a great college, pretty decent little draft capital there.
4th rounder?
4th rounder. That's enough. Uchenna, another half sack this week. Just kind of put a pin in it. Nothing crazy, not a crazy game, but as they kind of work him back, just somebody to, maybe just keep an eye on.
No, I mean, I think you certainly probably should pick him up. Derek Hall also left this game early with, I think it was a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
I have it down here somewhere. Let's see. Let's make sure. Concussion. So, yeah, he'll probably be out the next couple weeks. But, yeah, I mean, Uchenna's back. He's playing well, producing. I got to imagine they keep playing him around, at least 50% of the snaps. So that's good enough for him.
Yeah. Byron Young is on a 17-game pace right now of 99 tackles and 19 sacks.
Unbelievable, dude. He just keeps coming through every single week.
The more Rams games that I watch and actually pay attention to just Byron Young and not Jared Verse, because I get caught doing the opposite. There's a lot of games where I'm paying attention to just Jared Verse. Where is he lining up? I'm not always paying attention to Young. Young is good in his own right.
Oh, yeah.
He's a standalone good player.
Super quick. Super
high
fast.
motor.
That whole unit is
Yeah.
they're all so fast and so quick that,
Yeah.
I mean, it is tough to, like, figure out which one you want to watch just because they're all fun and explosive and that they were all, like, exceptional athletes.
Josiah Stewart, the interior there, Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner. I mean, all those guys are just.
Fisk was a great athlete.
Yeah.
Byron Young was a he was a 9-something RAS.
And they lost to Mac Jones on Thursday night. What a weird week.
That was weird, man.
It's been some strange ones.
Like I've taught Si a sentence I say a lot because Si's kind of learning. Silas, my son.
Yeah.
For the folks at home.
For sure. He's not in IDP right now.
Right.
Can't draft him.
I've been teaching Si any given Sunday.
I like that.
And it's
You
you
never
never know, bro.
Yep. That's why you bet.
It's a good lesson.
But those two things are so crazy. Standalone, 99 tackles for a defensive lineman. Standalone is insane. Also, a 19-game sack pace for a defensive lineman is also crazy. So those things together is just, you could. It's not going to continue like this. The pace will not keep up. But you could be looking at Byron Young as the defensive end one. Towards the back half of the season if this continues on.
With this start, he's going to be in range, right? I feel like no matter what he does, if he shuts it down the rest of the year, he's going to be, edge 30, I think.
Yeah.
So, he's, and we're going to see him have by far the best season of his career.
Yeah.
Because I still figure, he's still going to get another 6 or 7 sacks probably.
He's close to a contract. I'm sure they could negotiate.
12 games
if they
left,
wanted
man.
To.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's gonna want so much money.
Yeah.
He's gonna want like a
even more.
He's gonna want like a Bonitto deal.
Yeah. Even more reason to probably either go ahead and lock him up or get Josiah Stewart on your IDP team right now because there's a world where the Rams can't afford to keep.
No, that I think
keep Young.
I'm pretty sure that's why that pick was made, just because they
so
know
too.
that's gonna be tough to do.
Addy, you got some bets here that you want to talk to us about.
Oh, those are all the picks that.
Okay.
But yeah, let's highlight it. The picks that Johnny the Greek and Refresher IDP made. I think you touched on a few of them, but Max Melton under 3.5 combined tackles. Minka Fitzpatrick over 5.5 combined tackles. Jeremy Chin over 6.5 tackles. He had 10 this week, I believe. Eric Wilson over 6.5 tackles. He had 9. Jonathan Grenard over 0.5 sacks. Missed on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But he was close. He played a really good game. Jalen Phillips over 0.5 sacks. That one hit. Malik Collins over 0.5 sacks. That was he got 2 sacks, I believe.
Yep.
Derek Brown over 0.5 sacks as well.
That's crazy. Those are some pulls right there.
Hell of a week. I love how Scott stuck to the DLs and the sack props, and Johnny took on the tack ones. But yeah, those dudes are great at what they do. We're happy to have them a part of our team.
There he is. Old BTJ downfield. What a pass. What a catch.
Humongous.
I'm still buying BTJ everywhere that I can. That dude's still very talented.
Absolutely. He was like the most obvious hold ever,
Yeah.
Just a slow start to the season,
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, though, running for his life just about every single drop back. That offensive line needs a lot of improvement. There was actually a little bit of pocket right there. But, yeah, it's hard for me and Addie to sit here and record a podcast and watch Chiefs-Jaguars on Monday night with Travis Hunter and Nick Bolton. My heart is just fluttering over here.
I think that the folks expected at this point. They've the last 4 weeks, we've been watching the games while doing this thing. So it's just part of it these days,
Yeah, the IDP cast instead of, if you don't want to tune into the Mannings.
Yeah, this one's not live, so it's not. This one won't be
It's
nearly
kind of
as
fun
fun
though.
tomorrow.
Like if you don't watch, and then you can go back and be like, I'm watching this live while Adam and them kind of react. All right, let's talk about some linebackers. Jack Campbell finally living up to the hype through 5 games. He has put up 48 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovered. Has scored at least 10 fantasy points, big 3 scoring in all 5 games. On pace for 163 total tackles.
Crushing it, dude.
Are you in?
I think so. I think I got to be in at this point.
He's in.
The PFF stuff is great for him. He's checking all the boxes right now. The production is like borderline elite at the moment.
Yeah.
Green dot, still just 25.
What's
right?
there not to like?
I mean, yeah, he's got. I think he's got to be. He can't be outside your top 5 in Dynasty.
You think
as
this
far as linebackers go?
This was just a slower ramp up progression for Campbell?
I think so. The snap stuff was weird to start with him. They were slow to really give him the run that we thought he was due for.
Yeah.
And so
because what are we now? We 3rd season for Campbell.
This is year 3.
Okay.
And all those, the other linebackers are still there playing a lot of snaps. Derek Barnes.
I put this in here. Derek Barnes has at least 6 tackles every game and 2 sacks on the season. He has increased to 90% snaps in week 4 with 95% in week 5. I said, what do we do here?
Dude, I would kill for some Derek Barnes right now. I've got some teams with Christian Roseboom and Trevin Wallace and a lot of these guys, Servassier Dennis, a lot of these guys that I don't really trust moving forward,
Yeah.
But Barnes, man, they love him. They brought him back for a lot of money. Like I mentioned on last week's episode, he gets the DL tag on Sleeper, so I mean an actual cheat code. But yeah, playing damn near all the snaps out there. I love that about Detroit. Like Detroit, they have their guys and they play their guys.
Yep.
That's what they're doing with those with Barnes, Anzalone, and Campbell. All 3 of those dudes are playing like north of 90% of the snaps.
Dude, Anzalone is he has 1 game where he played 88% of snaps, but he has 23 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 1 interception on the season. So I mean, they're playing Anzalone, Barnes, and Campbell every single snap.
Yep. Now Barnes is, I think we touched on the alignment. He is playing a lot of snaps on the edge, but still,
he needs to.
Yeah.
Need to play opposite of Aiden. I mean, they don't have anybody else there.
Yeah. But, he's a piece that I wish I had more of,
I agree.
I didn't realize he had the DL tag until recently.
Oh, yeah.
So that kind of makes me a little annoyed.
That's kind of sneaky.
Because I'm in a lot of leagues, where we start 4 or 5 defensive linemen. And
you also have the best, set of best ball rankings in the on the interwebs.
This is true.
So I mean, there's that as well. Let's get to Mr. Alex Singleton. Some love here for him. Good to see him recover from his torn ACL that he suffered last September in 2024. He has 44 tackles and 1 sack through the first 5 weeks. LB 30 on the year at the moment, but starting to heat up. Singleton is on pace for 150 tackles this season.
Good to see.
Yeah.
And I expect that number to get better. He seemed like he was kind of, he started a little slow. Yeah. So, there's a little bit of worry, like what happens if, and it's maybe a big if Dre Greenlaw comes back, like if.
That is a big if.
Just because
all of a sudden Greenlaw, they say, is practicing, I'm not putting any type of validity in that. It could be over for Dre Greenlaw.
I agree. Yeah, he may never play a snap for the Broncos. That could be one of those situations. But if he does come back, hopefully everything's cool with him. If he does come back, that could, I don't know. It just throws some risk on Singleton. Like they could, if he has a couple bad outings, they could try something else, and he loses snaps, or Sternad's there. he's been playing solid and fine. Like,
oh my gosh, Adam, you gotta watch this. Trevor Lawrence just trips and falls on his drop back, stands up so slow and actually runs it in for a go-ahead touchdown with 23 seconds left. Oh, that was the most chaotic play I have ever seen. I'm sorry to completely take you off your game over there. Yeah, Alex Singleton has been really, really good. It was really annoying to play Macri this week because I knew Singleton was just going to have a great week, and he is slowly starting to heat up. So that's getting progressively annoying, really, in my opinion.
Drew Sanders maybe coming back at some point. I don't know. He feels like a Troy Anderson to me, where it's just like it's probably never going to work out. They're never going to be healthy.
Yeah. What about Ride or Troy Dye?
Wow, that's pretty good. The next level right there.
The last 2 weeks, 85% snaps, and he has 24 tackles. He is the LB6 over that stretch.
Isn't that sick?
Isn't that wild? I mean, you know Troy Dye better than any of us. Watch this play here, Addy, as we look at Chris Jones trying to get pressure up the middle. Forget who that was there that stepped on Lawrence's foot. He acts like he's going to throw. He then tucks as Drew Tranquil and Chris Jones run into each other.
That's just well designed. That's
Good
just a
play.
well designed play
Liam
right
Cohen,
there.
good gosh.
Yeah, just a top tier
What's
offensive
that
mind.
called?
Unreal. The old fake trip. I love it.
But yeah, man, Troy Dye's been really good. Are we trusting that at all, or is it just a
I think
flash
so.
in the pan?
I think so. I mean, we got Perriman coming back, but I'm not worried about him. I don't think.
Yeah.
Although maybe we shouldn't. Now that sometimes I do all my thinking as soon as I speak, folks. That's
good.
part of my charm.
We got to get it out there in the world.
Now that I'm thinking though, this is a defense that has not been great lately. So I mean, there could be some changes coming. You know, they maybe they switch things up. But for the most part, I want to believe in Dye. I mean, he's a producer. You know, it's so just a usable piece for us. That's all I care about.
Hey,
Denzel Perriman would not be that. I don't think.
How many sacks did Thule have this week?
I'm guessing 0.
How many tackles did Thule have this week?
Oh, do you have 0 as well? Welcome to IDP, folks.
88% of snaps played, 0 points for Tui Pelotu after a 61-point game.
That's it in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, that's Thule for you.
But that's IDP for you.
That is IDP, but it seems
that's the position for you.
It seems like, I mean, old Greg, he could maybe get 4 sacks in a game too.
Yeah, he definitely could.
But there are the players like that it's just like, man, you know, Thule has 2 double-digit games on the season, 18 and 61 points, Big Three scoring. His other 3 are 4.7, 2, and 0.
Yep.
Frustrating.
He's in that range.
Frustrating.
There's 40 to 50 guys that are like him.
Yep. And he won you a lot of best ball weeks last week, but then he also probably lost you a lot of dynasty leagues this week.
You didn't start him last week.
And you started him this week, and you're pissed off at Thule.
Yeah. And you're wanting to tell your league mates that you want to do away with IDP.
Speaking of pretty pissed off, Jack Sanborn suffers a concussion, was replaced by Shamar James, who puts up 15 tackles on 73% of the snaps. We expect Sanborn to slide back into the same role once fully healthy, but Shamar could be a nice little fill-in until that happens. So how much fab are we going for Shamar James, Addy?
I mean, if you need help this week, I think he's a fine option for you. I'm not going crazy. I'm like $1.
Yeah.
$0 preferably. It feels like he's just gonna be just a Band-Aid for just a second. But yeah, I mean, it's encouraging to see him, stack up the tackles like that. But I think Sanborn's the guy whenever he's healthy. I looked at the grades for Shamar Turner. It was like a 49 or something like that. So
not great.
But I mean, they're really none of it's great around. They're like, I think Jack Sanborn is the PFF overall grade leader with like a 56. So
yeah, he's all Dallas has as far as linebackers are concerned.
But even that's just a tough room. That's not a good room.
Yep. Speaking of not a good room, or maybe a good room, I don't know what you feel about Teddy Buchanan, but Teddy Buchanan and Trenton Simpson combined for 25 tackles. Teddy racked up 15, playing 100% of the snaps. I'm hungry. I'm getting A little snacky.
Does, yeah.
Trenton Simpson put up 10 tackles on 94%. I think Trenton Simpson actually had a sack this last weekend too. So as the Roquan manager sitting here amongst me, what are we doing here, Addy? You going for any of these guys? I mean, are you worried about Roquan being out long term at all?
I like Teddy. I was a fan of Teddy this offseason, during the rookie process and all that. So, I think Teddy is a guy that I feel good about the rest of the way. Trenton Simpson, he's just going to his opportunity is going to come.
He's a Band-Aid.
With injury, right? So, Roquan hopefully will be back next week. That's what I'm praying for, at least. But yeah, I think Teddy Buchanan. I mean, this is all you could have hoped for. I mean, the fact that he's already playing 100% of the snaps, and even before this week, like he played a ton.
Yep, 75, 94, 82.
So we were already pretty much here.
Really solid.
So, I mean, that's, for a guy that was drafted in the 4th round.
There was a lot of hype for him in the offseason, too. There was a little bit of camp hype about Teddy Buchanan, just already basically people saying, is he going to take Trenton Simpson's job pretty early on?
Yeah.
That's happened.
And people are probably more hesitant to listen to it because, there's a decent amount of people that like Trenton Simpson out there, but just feels like it's not going to work out for Trenton Simpson, and they drafted Buchanan for a reason.
Pretty sad, man. Another Clemson linebacker bites the dust. It's only Barrett Carter still living, which we'll talk about here in a minute. New green dot in Carolina, Trevin versus Roseboom? Question mark?
Apparently, this week at least.
Yeah.
We'll see how it shakes out going forward. I mean, I can't necessarily blame Carolina. Like every Carolina game I catch, like Roseboom looks super slow. I mean, you remember?
Yeah, I'm well aware.
He is just an absolute jag.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he has like good leadership qualities.
Sure.
Maybe
good
a
guy.
good heady guy.
Yeah.
Good team
Takes
guy.
them all out to team dinner.
Yeah. So that stuff, there's.
Yeah, but they're going real slow.
Sure.
Yeah. Nothing's being done quickly.
So Trevin Wallace, he green dot 100% of the snaps, but wasn't productive, and he really hasn't been productive at all this year.
Yeah.
So he's not someone that you hope that things turn around, but it's hard to get excited about him just because we haven't, even with the opportunity he's had so far, we haven't seen it translate into good production for us or useful production for us.
It just seems like everybody in Carolina outside of Tedero McMillan is on the chopping block. Like, I mean, nothing is working there offensively or defensively.
Well, that's their lone asset.
Absolutely.
I
mean, they've got Scorton, and then they've got Iman Mielen or whatever.
But who cares?
Who knows what they're going to end up being like?
They're going to be
Derek Brown.
Derek Brown's solid. Yeah.
So Derek Brown's really, really good. But aside from that, like J.C. Horn's good.
Yeah, I like Horn.
But I mean, Rico
Morig is
Dowdle,
good, but also he's a safety. It's like
Get's not great. Jalen Coker had better come back and do something spectacular. Jatavion Sanders is not working out. Carolina is a
the fact
mess.
that you're naming those guys, like that's like the first 8.
Yeah,
those guys in the mix.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's a bad team. But you're right. Ted is
DJ Wanham. You haven't heard his name at all this year.
He's not any good anyway.
Yeah,
they're just they're just in a bad situation, like because no one wants to go there. No one good wants to go there. They have to overpay everybody to go there. That's why you saw like Morig get his insane contract. All those guys. Tershawn Wharton got paid crazy.
That's true.
Pat Jones got 2 years, $20 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's
you
what you got to do when you're Carolina.
Hey, the Carolinas are a beautiful part of the country.
Yes, it is underrated.
Asheville, awesome, really, little county right there. Bristol, in case you're into NASCAR, shout out, bub. Beautiful part of the country. At least it's not like, there's some cities you could go to that I wouldn't be a huge fan of. But
that's everywhere.
Yeah, but you're close to the beach.
Great place. Yes.
Yeah. So
I've always liked the Carolinas.
Millions of dollars some of those guys weigh, but a bunch of losses as well. So Cedric Gray, you wanted me to check my notes here, so I'm checking my notes. 29 tackles over his last 2 games.
Yeah. Just a cool 29.
Yeah, no big deal.
Just a 14.5 AVG, no big deal right there.
Casual.
Yeah. Wild. And he's playing a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
Cody Barton is
not great.
Just very mid, very inefficient with the tackling. So, I think, Cedric Gray should continue to
Ball.
stack up these tackles as long as he's allowed to.
Yep. Only played 82% of the snaps this week. Played 94 last week. But, yeah, Cedric Gray, when he was getting the tackles over the last couple of weeks, is really putting up crazy production. And Tennessee's pretty terrible, so Cedric Gray is going to play quite a bit this year.
I mean, that's like the rational team move, I think, is to
Just
allow
let him work.
Cedric Gray. You finally got a win. It was a really good win that they had last week.
Amari gave it to you.
A very bad loss for Arizona, some are saying. But yeah, I mean, let these young guys get out there and play. Like, who cares? You got Kaiser. We're going to give Kaiser White any snaps. Why? Why would you do that? You know what I mean? So yeah, they need to let Cedric Gray play.
Yeah, Cedric Gray was a guy that
Cedric Gray play.
I love that.
Something like that.
Gray was great coming out of college. His production was really good there at North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
He had 300 tackle seasons over his sophomore, junior, and senior year. He had 369 total tackles in 4 seasons, 30 TFLs, I know what you'll love, and then 8.5 sacks to go with 5 interceptions. Very, very productive there at UNC.
So, folks, like we've said many a times, these guys are who they are. When they get their opportunity, they produce how they produce.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So this was, probably should have been a little more obvious with Cedric Gray. Probably should have had a few more shares just because, when they do get their opportunities, they
stunt.
They are who they are.
Yep. He's telling us who he is, and he's a baller. I wonder what his
He's
PFF
going to
grade.
tackle. He's going to tackle.
We need to check that
By
PFF
God.
grade. Barrett Carter.
Probably not great. Probably not great.
We're not going to check it.
We're not worried about that.
We're not going to check it. We're still getting the points that we need right now. Barrett Carter, the lone Clemson linebacker that's still hanging around the NFL, played a season-high snap share, which has been trending, 53% snaps. Logan Wilson was at 100, and then Demetrius Knight, 58. Your boy Oren Burks, 21. Let's give Rhodey a little walk.
Hey, that's
probably sufficient for you.
That's their problem, I think. They need to play Oren Burks more.
Yeah, it's
All
not
these losers out here.
It's not great there in Cincinnati.
Play the Super Bowl winner. The only Super Bowl winner in the building.
It's a good point. It's a really good point. Are you buying into Barrett Carter at all? Is this happening? What's his?
It's starting to happen a little bit, right? A little bit more. So yeah, I mean, they got to trade. They need to trade Logan Wilson. That's a move that they got to make.
Trade Hendrickson too?
Yeah, they should if they can. The season's over, man.
Yeah. I've never understood why more teams don't do that. Like, I know there's cap involved, and I know it's not fantasy football and everything, but it's like, why is Alvin Kamara still a Saint?
Yeah.
There's things like that are just like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, I agree. Why is Demario Davis still in New Orleans?
I honestly think trading Micah Parsons for 2 firsts wasn't the worst move for Dallas. I don't think Dallas was that great of a team this year with Micah Parsons. Like, I don't think that they were all of a sudden just a Super Bowl team with him. Yeah. They don't have any linebackers. Their defensive line is just okay with Micah. Their secondary's whatever. They've got Javonte Williams, who, shout out to my girl, Naomi, looked at me this weekend. We were riding somewhere together, and she had been watching some football. She's a football girl. And she said, "Dad, let me tell you, that number 33 on the Cowboys is awesome." And I said, 33? I said, "Do you mean Javonte Williams?" She said, "Well, the back of his jersey said Williams." And so, I mean, it's like, wow, that's hilarious. Somebody who doesn't watch a ton of NFL football thinks that Javonte Williams might be the best running back in the NFL right now. Maybe they would have been better with Parsons. I don't think they're a great team.
She got a good eye, Bob.
I don't know, and you got to think those firsts are going to be kind of weird or whatever. But you don't pay Micah. You get 2 firsts for him. It's not the worst move.
No, I don't hate it. It allows you. I mean, you can find some of these pass rushers. Like there'll be these vets out there every single year if you want to go that route. It allows you to kind of build in a different way. You know?
Better pay Pickens soon, or else he's going to be asking for a fortune.
Yeah, no. But do you want to pay Pickens a lot of money?
No.
No.
He's kind of like Jameson Williams a little bit to me. I was so surprised by that 3-year deal with Detroit. But even Dak too is like, what are we doing, Dak? How long are we going to hang around Dallas? He's okay. He's not a He's not great.
He
Anyways,
I would get out of there if I was him.
it's kind of my thought.
You know,
Jahad Campbell and Carson Swessinger. Let's just do a quick check-in. How high are these two LBs in Dynasty? C. Schwez, Carl Swessinger on base.
you like that? That's the new nickname I'm trying to get
C.
going.
Schwez or Carl?
C Swish.
Well, it was Carl last week.
Yeah, that was just
Okay.
That was the 6% alcohol.
I like C. Swish. C. Swish.
C Swish.
That's a tricky one for me at 10,
You'll get there
at 10:20 at night.
once you start getting it.
C. Swish on pace for 139 tackles and 1 sack. Jahad on pace for 112 big play INT, 1 forced fumble. And Kobe Dean is also practicing, question mark. I think I put that in there, so sorry I threw you a little curveball.
That is true. Yeah, no, that's true.
Something to make a note of.
Yeah, that is there is
Because they play on Thursday this week.
Yes, there is some uncertainty with how that's all going to shake out once
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Dean comes back. Because I mean, they like Kobe Dean there. He played very well last season.
A lot of draft capital with Nakobe.
Yep, and this will probably be his final year. I do believe that
He's walking.
He's gone.
Yep.
You know, that's why they brought Jahad Campbell in there. But yeah, it could potentially be. No, I don't think that. I mean, I still feel like they're not going to take Jahad Campbell off the field.
Nah, I don't think so.
I just wonder if they don't try and use Jahad Campbell maybe a little bit differently now that you got a Kobe Dean kind of to do some more of the off ball linebacker stuff. Maybe let Jahad Campbell rush the passer a little bit more.
It would be cool if they would pay attention a little bit to what Detroit's doing with Anzalone and Derek Barnes, because that's kind of a similar situation there.
Agree.
You know, they don't really have a standout pass rusher there in Philadelphia right now. Nolan Smith is obviously hurt, and then the whole
Zadarius and
that situation is just not interior. They're great, but edges are pretty rough this situation. But go back to the dynasty talk there on C. Swesh and Campbell. What do you think? LB,
they're top 5, I think. Right? I mean,
let me pull it up.
At least Swessinger is. See, at least C Swesh is.
C. Swesh, I like that.
C Swesh, right?
I like that. I like that a whole
Willard's
lot.
going to be a little upset with me. I think that I didn't.
I think he'll be fine.
I didn't workshop it with him at all.
So C. Swesh is right now the LB1 right now. The IDPshow.com sub the site. It's $5 a month, and you can get the craziest bit of Adam's brain, which is the dynasty rankings. And you can see here that Carl Swessinger, or C. Swesh, is the LB1 right now for him in dynasty. And then we have Jahad Campbell right now as the LB6, right behind Edgerrin Cooper and right ahead of Jamie Sherwood.
Jack Campbell's where?
Jack Campbell is right ahead of Edgerrin Cooper. So Campbell is at LB9, LB4, Edgerrin Cooper is LB5, Jahad Campbell is LB6.
Kind of like that, right? What do you think about that?
I love it. I mean,
are you C Swesh at 1? Is that too rich?
No, not at all.
You think he's arrived? You think he's worthy? You believe in him? You believe in the PFF grades? You believe in the production so far?
Look at the draft capital. He was the first pick of the second round. He's 22 years old. So
seems like he's got a very good mind.
Up top, it's great. I mean, the production is like Luke Kuechly. I'm not comparing him to a Luke Kuechly, but I'm saying like
a little light.
Sure,
it could get there. I think
I agree.
the tackle numbers could just get better and better and better. So,
and you also have to think from like a, you do this with my boy. Shout out Nick Bolton there, the LB10. You have to look at it from an outsider's perspective. You got to think about what the community values some of these guys at, and Nick Bolton is playing great ball right now, and it's not been somebody that Adam has fallen in love with over the years, but the production is something that you can't always steer away from. And right now, Carl Swessinger is it's just production, especially in a really difficult linebacker market in 2025 that, it's kind of like what you're saying. Like, I would love to have a Derek Barnes right now. Well, if you've got Carl Swessinger, gosh, you need to be super thankful that, right, you've got this young rookie, and he's getting this crazy PT for a rookie. Here we are several years removed from not having a standout rookie linebacker that's actually getting meaningful snaps and actually being productive with it. But we've got draft capital, we've got playing time, we've got production. What's not to love with Carl Swessinger?
I know, man. It all seems like he's going to be good for the next 10 years. He's going to be like a Fred Warner type, right?
Yep.
Maybe the production isn't there early on, or it'll be there, but not like elite, not like I could see him being like living in that linebacker 10 to 25 range,
Yep,
right?
I agree.
And then as he ages,
Bumping up.
just like Fred has done.
Yep.
Those guys remind me a lot of each other, I think. So, yeah, I mean, everything seems like he's on that track. Like, I feel very, very good about him.
Almost more importantly, it seems like upstairs, C-Swesh has really got it going on.
Yes.
And that's a huge part of the NFL today, as you've got these Liam Cohens and, Sean McVay scheming up different, play calls and pre-snap motion. It's just a difficult role to kind of put these 22-year-olds in. But C-Swesh is he's out there getting the PT and he's doing great for us. All right, Addy, let me throw you a little curveball and kind of just think about this for a minute. Something I had a thought on. Zaire Franklin. I think I'm maybe trading for Zaire right now. His playing time is solid. He's healthy right now. He got his first sack of the season with this last week. His upcoming schedule: Arizona, the Chargers, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta. I think that the Zaire managers right now are a little bit upset at his production from where they drafted him or whatever their compensation is to get Zaire. I think Zaire's a nice little target right now.
I agree. Yeah, and also, like, you got to love that, like, that Colts team is playing very well.
Figuring it out.
And also, like, linebacker 2, no clue.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to figure that out. They have no clue what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zaire is the one thing that they can rely on there in the linebacker room. So yeah, I feel great about him the rest of the season. I feel like the production is going to bounce back a little bit to what we're used to. Mm-hmm. Just because, I mean, still, I know we have 5 games, but it's still just 5 games. Mm-hmm. Like we've seen players have cold stretches.
New
like
defensive coordinator.
Yes.
New defensive schemes, kind of figuring out where Zaire needs to be and everything. I love the sack kind of upside that Zaire has kind of always carried with him. So I think the bigger games are coming for Zaire. I think the schedule kind of is ready for that. And then I think that, as you see him figuring this defense out a little bit more, and that's a good team, the Colts, which is weird to say.
It's very weird.
Very strange. What are we doing with Tyrese Knight and Drake Thomas?
I think
avoiding.
Yeah, you're definitely avoiding. They're just going to be roster cloggers, I'm afraid. Maybe they get, opportunities at their next stops, but for the most part, like, I mean, they're not giving Tyrese more than 60% of the snaps right now.
Neither of them have I think Drake Thomas maybe got up to 70% this week, but neither of them enough to make a meaningful.
Now, like, I mean, if one of them, if one of them got up to 80%, and then it was Casino. If
one of them finally takes a step ahead, which maybe is trending towards being Drake Thomas.
Well, then if that's the case, yes, I would be, if you could tell me that Drake Thomas was going to play 75% of the snaps the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yes, I would be very interested in him.
Yeah.
As a linebacker 4 or 5 type.
Super frustrating because I really was a big fan of Tyrese Knight coming into this season, and I don't really know the regression. I don't really understand that, but
yeah, me too. And he was one of those guys that was really good in college, really productive in college.
Yep.
And yeah, well, I mean, once he got his opportunity was
great,
was good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was happy that he was able to actually get playing time as quickly as he did. But sometimes you worry that that can also be a bad thing. Like they're actually not ready to have this large role in a defense,
Mm-hmm.
But he's still very young. He's gotten experience. Like it could work out for him down the line. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Ernest Jones, something can happen to Ernest Jones, and this this situation completely changes again. So
don't you dare.
Obviously that would be
it would be devastating to me. Yeah,
in
absolutely. To me personally, that would be a really tough situation. Speaking of tough situations, again, another weird linebacker room I wanted to talk about: EJ Speed, Henry 2020, and Azeez Al-Shaair.
Christian Harris is still there too.
Hanging around. I'm still rostering him in RSO because I've got him for $1.5 million, and it's I don't want to put this guy out there into the world.
Yeah, we'll never forget that 2023 playoffs.
Man,
that was special.
Just unreal. Just an unreal little stretch. But I mean, these guys are all still being really, really productive, and the playing time it's kind of similar to Tyrese Knight and Ernest Jones and Drake Thomas there up in Seattle, but the production's actually there. I mean, this week EJ Speed had 6 tackles, 1 QB hit. Henry 2020 had 5 tackles, a TFL, and then Azeez Al-Shaair had 4 tackles to go with a PD.
It was a lopsided game, though, right?
It was crazy. I mean, there was 44-10 to the Ravens, so they
Right.
put the stomp on them. But
What was the snap share like, though?
I don't know. We'll have to pull. I haven't looked at it yet.
But probably not. I'm probably not trusting anyone. I mean,
Azeez would be the most.
Azeez, just because he's getting the snaps, he seems to be the most secure in the job.
But then there's been pops from both EJ Speed and from Henry T.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Trade him.
if I had to pick, I mean, I would choose Speed. I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not like I don't want either one of those. I don't want to rely on either one of those two.
Yeah.
Unless something were to happen to Azeez.
Yeah.
You know.
And then that's the only reason that and pay attention to Christian Harris because wasn't Christian Harris hurt this offseason?
I think he's been hurt a lot lately.
I thought
but I'm pretty sure he's back now. He's
Yeah.
just not getting
any playing time.
falling out of favor. or
Early
something.
on in the season, I thought, well, maybe they're ramping him up. Maybe they're kind of warming him up to the season. But Trevor Lawrence looks like he doesn't know what to do when he wins. Like this is like a whole new thing for him. It's a strange world for him.
4-1 for the Jags.
Pretty weird world we're living in, man. Pretty weird world. The Rams lost to Mac Jones. The Colts are 4-1. The Jaguars are 4-1. The Vikings are being just destroyed by Carson Wentz.
But we're 3-2.
But you're 3-2. It's a weird world, the NFL. Let's talk about some injuries real quick before we move on to the defensive backs. Tyrell Dodson, the LB1, through the first 4 weeks, left with a head injury. KJ Britt wore the dot when he was out. Matt Milano exits with pectoral injury. Shaq Thompson, comeback, played 66% of the snaps. Omar Spates, high ankle sprain, and has put us on Sean Dolak. Watch. Go get him right now if you can. Also, shout out Landman has been a double-digit scorer in 4 out of 5 weeks on the season, currently the LB10. And then Jermaine Cut.
Jermaine Cut. I like that. That's good.
Jermaine Pratt, cut by the Raiders. His bad attitude, or his bad tude, finally caught up to him.
That's right. He's locker room cancer. That's what some are saying. That's what I hear.
What are you spending on Sean Dolak for Fab this weekend?
I'm blowing it all.
Might as well.
Take it all. Can't take it with you.
You sure can't. What you can take is maybe some of the paces that these linebackers are on that you wanted to talk to us about, Addy.
Oh, yeah, some pay stats.
Pace stats.
Figured it was time.
Uh-huh.
You heard we gave you a little taste earlier with Byron Young.
Uh-huh.
These aren't going to be as good as that, but still, pay stats nonetheless. All right, Jordan Brooks on pace for 194 tackles.
Woo!
Jordan Brooks, have yourself a little year, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Wagner. Bobby
Wow.
Wagner forever. On pace for 190 tackles, folks. I think that
Wow.
would be a career high.
Wow.
A career high in a, 13, 14 year? How long has he been playing now?
I think 42.
50 years?
C-Swesh or Bobby Wagner, LB1 in Dynasty, some people are saying. Question mark.
Some are saying that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Demario Davis is on pace for 163 tackles. Crushing it this year. Usually Demario's a guy that lets us down in the tackle department, but he's been very, very good this season. Jamin Sherwood on pace for 160 tackles.
Really nice.
You want me to carry on with the DBs, Bob?
Please.
You've been talking a lot. I feel like
Give me a break.
You might need to drink a little bit.
Yeah, tea's all gone. We're just working over here. But yeah, continue on,
Sure.
Adam. I love this Adam hosting thing.
Yeah, let's get
You
to
want
the-
to switch chairs?
Yeah,
Okay,
if we could.
okay.
All right,
All right.
guys. All right, we're gonna break for a second. It'd be cool if we really.
That
we
would
really,
be.
you
That
know, we
would
really
be. I could
stuck
put the
to
Jalen Phillips jersey on.
We have to.
Yeah.
All right, defensive backs. We kind of need to. Let's just get through this, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to get out of
It's
here.
defensive
right?
backs.
You know, game's over.
Game's
We
over.
need to get home.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. It's getting late. Central Standard Time.
Jalen Petre.
Mm.
Safety 6 on the season. 2 20-plus point performances over the last 3 weeks.
Mm.
And he's doing this really without like the tackle production. He's getting there with the big plays. So I mean, I feel like the tackle production is going to come on because the alignment and usage is fantastic for him.
Yeah.
Signed a big, nice 3-year, $30 million contract this offseason. So feel very good about him in Dynasty, but just a difference maker on that defense. Like you see that the juice that he brings anytime you watch Houston play. So
Yep.
fun
I love
player.
How many tackles did he have that rookie season?
God, 100 and 40 something, I believe.
Yeah. I know he led the league in missed tackles, but he also maybe led the NFL in
Yeah.
tackles that year.
Got to be careful not to peak too soon, folks.
Yeah, it happens.
Nick Omanawore.
Not us.
Not us. No.
Yeah.
We still got
Prime
a
peaking.
lot of time left. A lot of peaks to seek. Nick Omanawore returned to action after missing the last 3 games. He played 64% of the defensive snaps and posted an 81.4 overall PFF grade with a 78.3 coverage grade. The alignment was money. 21 slot snaps, 13 in the box, 5 on the defensive line. Once we get a full-time Nick E. Look out, Bob.
Hey, I'm a fan.
I think he's going to be very, very good.
Yeah.
I think, it just I feel like they're going to kind of bring him along slowly. Also, that's a team that has a lot of quality defensive backs. So not really a need to jam him in there right now, but the runway is going to clear for him next year. It'll probably clear before the year's over with, I'd say. Like they'll find a way to get this guy up to full time, I'd imagine.
I love the slow ramp up period with him because it felt like for me more than anything he needed the mental side of the game to kind of figure that out. In college, there was no doubting his physical ability, but there was definitely some dummy plays in his tape where took wrong angles, kind of was lined up poorly in coverage. So yeah, I think that they've done the right thing with Nicky.
Yeah, he's going to be fine there. He's someone that I'm excited about moving forward.
For sure.
I mean, he's a top 5
Easy
safety in Dynasty still. Like it
Easy.
hasn't changed regardless of the slow start he's had.
Yeah.
Again, never really relying on a defensive back their rookie year. Like if they give me anything, that's gravy, right? I would never expect that from a defensive back I just drafted as a rookie.
Let's go to the next one.
Malachi Starks. Speaking of, on pace for 116 tackles.
Hey man,
Pretty surprising.
filthy game that Malachi Starks has.
Yeah, I think he's going to be very good.
Baby Buddha.
Maybe the best safety duo in the league.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I mean,
Already getting there at least.
you've got little above the rim Malachi Starks running around, then you've got enormous 6'4" K-Ham in the box. That team sucks, but at least they've got some good defensive backs.
Yeah, they're just banged up, I think.
Yeah.
Just one of them years where they're struggling with injuries. Hopefully
sure.
they can get it together.
Yep.
Trevin Moehrig, been great this year. Has gone over 10 fantasy points in 4 of his first 5 games, on pace for a career high 122 tackles. So love to see that with Moehrig. They paid him a ton of money last season, so I feel pretty good about him and Dynasty moving forward. Dadrian Taylor-Demerson, we mentioned him a lot to start this season, but a priority stash for 2026. Currently the safety 10 in total points, averaging 11.9 points per game, despite playing just 59% of the snaps this season. So
You think that ever ticks up at all this season?
I actually could see that. I mean, if we see some more bad losses like we just saw out of Arizona, Jalen Thompson is probably going to be the odd man out there. Not going to be Buddha, right?
Buddha's he's
fine.
Yeah.
He has been he's let us down though as far as fantasy points.
Yeah.
But you got to figure that that's going to correct itself.
He kind of does that. He kind of does that at times.
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think next year Jalen Thompson definitely gone. Buddha Baker could be gone as well, just because of how much they're paying him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Dadrian Taylor-Demerson is going to be a baller potentially. We're already seeing him now stuff the stat sheet with his opportunity. Again, just 59% of the snaps played this season.
Second season.
Still
young.
I think he was a 3rd or 4th round pick.
I think he was a 3rd.
But they call him Rabbit. That's his nickname there. I like that quite a bit.
I'm a fan.
And he's a fun player to watch. So keep an eye on him. Pick him up now. You might have to wait till it really pays off next season, but also maybe not. It could work out for you very well this year. Again, if you were playing him, he's safety 10 total points, so it's been fine so far.
Yeah.
Jacob Parrish, I know a guy that you're excited about as well. Second on the team in tackles in week 5 behind Levante with 9 tackles.
Played 97% of the snaps this week.
Yeah, playing that slot role there. Out of K-State, I believe he was my cornerback 2 in this class, behind Jade Barron, who also Jade Barron is starting to get his snaps ramped up a little bit.
I know Parrish is kind of a hard name to throw out there right now because everybody's so hype on your boy.
Tyke.
Everybody's so hype on Tyke, and then everybody's kind of so off of Antoine Winfield.
I know
right
everyone. A lot of do I drop Winfield question?
Buying the mess out of Antoine Winfield right now.
Yeah, it's you got to do that, right? If he's out there, people are
the Brian Thomas of the IDP world. Go snatch it up while the getting's good.
Yep.
That guy. I mean, Antoine Winfield. He's going to have a great career, and you're going to be glad that you actually bought when he was low.
Yes, dude.
When he gets back up, I mean, there's a world where Tyke and Antoine Winfield can coexist. It's not going to be one or the other.
I'd expect it to. I mean,
yep.
I'm not concerned about Winfield at all. He's going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mike Sanders still 13 tackles, 2 INTs in the last 2 weeks. Love to see that right there.
Baller.
Kirby Joseph, a good sell. Only 14 tackles on the season, but 3 INTs. Yeah, I mean, that is true with the INTs, but remember, Kirby Joseph did have, 30 last season?
He has a lot. He does this frequently, man.
He's one of those guys that has a knack for it seems.
It's a little frustrating because I have him in XFL right now, and he got me an interception this week, so I was happy.
Right.
But it's a little frustrating.
Next week.
The low tackle floor and, the random interceptions. But he's kind of one of those safeties that's it's hard to bench him.
Yep. The ball finds its way to him somehow.
He does play that way.
Yeah, I mean, he's a safety 2-3, so I mean he'll be in the mix. It's just how lucky you feeling on any given week.
You could do much worse.
Yep. Marcus Siegel, 13 tackles in week 5 and 21 over the last 2 weeks. He has played 100% of the snaps in every game this season. Malik Mustafa is returning in the next couple weeks, though. So we will see what this does to Siegel. I mean,
what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, Malik Mustafa was playing very, very well last season.
Mm-hmm.
Great tackler. But, he's torn his ACL. So, I mean, I don't know if he's the same player that he was. And Marcus Siegel's playing solid.
Yeah.
This is a team that is winning.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like Mustafa, assuming the health is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And he is that same dude. I feel like he has the leg up.
Yeah, for sure. It's just Siegel played, 100% of every single game. It's just crazy. I know it's kind of a necessity thing, but Siegel's played really, really well, I think, so far on the season. So just something to put a pin in, just to pay attention to.
Yeah, that San Fran's not really been a place for, production in IDP for us at the safety spot.
Yeah, there was the Telenoa Hufunga years a couple years ago where he kind of popped off and had
for one season.
Yeah.
But then he was very
regressed
average,
quite
right?
a bit. The ADP spiked, and then his production really, really fell down.
I don't know, but I feel like I'd be more interested in Mustafa if he was there, just because I feel like he's going to give us better tackle numbers. Although, I mean, gosh, I mean, Siegel's doing
21
just fine
the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
pretty nasty.
Yeah, hard to hate on that.
Yeah.
Marcus Jones continues his DB dominance with 7 tackles, an INT, and 2 PDs with 0 return yards. That's nice.
He got a punt, but didn't return it at all this week. So
that was always the thing with him, right? It was that Marcus Jones. He's scoring well, but it's all based off return yards.
Yeah.
So he took that personal.
It's flopped.
Yeah. What about me now?
Yeah. What about me?
And then Travis Hunter reflection here, Bob.
Yeah.
I figured this was
Let's reflect.
A good little thing to talk about. How are we feeling? We were probably banging the Travis Hunter drum maybe more than anyone.
Yeah.
Do we still feel good? Do we have regrets?
Let's get to it right after this. This is my curveball I'm going to throw you. After
God.
I talk about these quick injuries. Justin Reed, concussion. Derek Hall, concussion. Cody Simon, out with a knee.
Yeah.
So just a couple things to pay attention to.
Trayvon Walker, we didn't mention it, but wrist surgery.
Yeah.
Not playing tonight, obviously.
Do not pick up Emmanuel Ogba. He looked terrible tonight, in my opinion. But Trayvon Walker is going to be out for a while.
Get Gardeck if you can.
Yeah. Other long-haired
He'll have some moments.
Speaking of, Wingard also looks really good
Wingard
at times
is
too.
super solid. Super solid.
Really slept on name. All right, to finish the episode, I'm going to make Adam redraft the 2025 rookies with me.
I like that.
I want to see, after 4 weeks, where we're sitting at. I'm going to take the 101. I'm going to take it away from you because this is opposite. He was 101 in XFL. I was 102. Not because that's where we finished. I was closer to that way because of the little tank season. But Adam won the league last year, so kudos and congrats. 101, I will take Ginty really quickly. Really quickly.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like that's still pretty easy, right?
Still taking Ashton.
Yeah. It's
the stand up. What are we calling it?
That was the key, right?
Yeah.
The Michael Myers.
There we go. That's all we had to get back to.
That's all he needed, just to make sure he could stand straight up there before they give him the ball, which is
it's important.
Which is actually sick. I do love that little.
It's one of my favorite things about him.
It's very cool.
Quite literally.
I agree. I'm with you. I think Ginty is still a pick. I mean, man, he is awesome. That offensive line is very bad.
Yeah.
Geno Smith sucks, but he's got all the makings, right? If you just get competent pieces put around him, he's going to be pretty special.
Yep.
Just hopefully they can do that soon, and we don't,
quickly.
Yes.
We don't ruin.
It's not like a Todd Gurley situation or something.
Man, Todd Gurley.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's
but
okay. 102, Addy. We'll just go through one round.
102, man. Gosh, it's
tricky.
I mean, Emeka Egbuka is,
yeah.
is absolutely tearing it up right now. So
what pick did I get him with, Adam? Wasn't it like the 111?
Oh, I mean, it's just stupid. I think I commented on it whenever
you did.
I was like, I did not care for that at all. I was a big Emeka guy too. Like I've got him in spots I could get him
for sure.
But I still don't. I still feel like.
I know what you're gonna say.
I still feel like Hunter has this higher ceiling, and he they're just figuring out how to use him right now.
Yep.
I mean, I think I saw like the play you saw tonight, like the ball skills to go up and get that ball. Like I'm not positive that Emeka has that in his game.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm still probably going to go T Hunt here, especially just with that. with us getting the IDP points.
Yeah.
I think he's so good at playing corner that that's always going to be there. He's always going to get these little bonus points, if you will, from tackles and PDs and the occasional interception with the return yards on it. But I think as a receiver, he's going to continue to develop and get better and better and better. And eventually, it's not going to be this, he's out there for 60% of the snaps. He's going to be out there all the time. He's getting 10 targets a game. He's catching 8 of them.
In what a lot of people are going to call probably another down night for Travis Hunter. 3 receptions on, I believe, 3 targets for 64 receiving yards, 2 tackles, 1 pass deflection, 14.4 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's
almost 15 points in a bad week.
That feels like the floor for him.
Yes, he had
moving
3 targets.
Yeah.
It's not this guy out here getting 10 targets already. I agree. I think the ceiling is just crazy high.
With Egbuka, like I feel like he might not age that well. Like I'm not worried about him for like the next 4 or 5 years, of course, but like
8,
when we're talking like years 5 through 10, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
A friend of mine today called him Egbuka.
Egbuka.
Which kind of made me think like, that's kind of interesting. I think they're a little bit different players, but it does seem like Egbuka is going to take some hits. He's a little bit of a tougher guy. He's not just this big, long downfield Tyreek type of wide receiver. He's a little bit more of an intermediate, sit down in zones, just great hands. He's a better route runner than I think a lot of people give him credit for. So you're going to take T Hunt at 2. I will quickly take Egbuka at 3 because I think, to me, that's what you do. Now at 4, I know who I would take, but I'm not going to influence you. I'm going to let you be on the island by yourself.
I don't know. I think there's still some really good candidates here. I mean, Quinshon Judkins looks amazing.
Yeah.
He looks so good. And he just, I don't know, man. He's just built differently.
Yeah.
Outside of Genty. He just
For sure. He
something
looks like a
about him,
running
dude.
back.
Yeah, man. He's just like an action figure.
Yeah.
So he's in the mix. I mean, I think Tet is been great.
Yeah.
You know, he's just in a kind of a bad situation there with a questionable quarterback.
Yeah.
And Omarion looks great. You know, before like the
IR stint.
it seemed like the way things started, you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
After the first week or two, you're like, oh boy, this guy.
But then back to back, it's kind of like with Genty. Those first couple weeks with Genty was like, oh no.
Yes.
Is this what this is going to be? Just
Yes.
defenders in the backfield every play. And even with Omarion, those first 2 weeks didn't feel great. But then week 3 and 4 was a lot of fun.
Right.
So you're going to go.
I don't know. I'm talking through it right now with you. This is tough.
So we've gone Genty, Hunter, Egbuka, and at 4, you're going to go. Where's your heart at? Where's your heart at, Addy? It's with Quinshon.
I do love Quinshon. I do
All
have
right.
Quinshon everywhere.
I love that.
But I'm going Ted actually. I think I'm going Ted. Man.
Okay.
I just feel like Ted's gonna be in 10 years. He is gonna be Mike Evans. That comp was right.
Yeah.
I think he is that type of player.
The
He can
worry with
separate.
Tet is just the Carolina Panthers.
Yes,
It's Bryce Young, and it's how quick is Bryce Young going to be pressured? How much time is Tet going to have to actually run a route? The skill is there. The hands are there. The route running is there. It's just that team is so terrible.
It's Mike Evans though.
Yeah.
Like even early career, like that was always the knock with Evans. Like Evans is good, but is Jameis Winston and you know what I mean? Like this is a bad offense. He's on a bad team. It's the same thing we're hearing with Tet. We're going to continue to hear with Tet.
Yeah.
But they're getting him targets.
Yeah.
He's catching them. I think bigger games are obviously coming.
Well, I'll make it easier on you then, because when we return to me at 105, I'm going to go Omarion, which then gives you the ability at 106 to take Quinshon.
Yeah, I'll take
you feel
Judkins.
comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'll take Judkins there.
So then back to me. In my opinion, it's a pretty quick pick with Tyler Warren. I'm drafting him pretty fast, and I think there's even a world where you could look up and do this at the end of the year. We'll have a whole nother episode, I'm sure, where we do this with Macri. But I think Tyler Warren could even work his way up higher if some of these other, if Tet kind of falls off some, or if Quinshon or Omarion doesn't really excel. I think Tyler Warren is absolutely happening and is going to be a great tight end in the NFL for years, because not only is he a great tight end, but he never leaves the field, and he's also, the way that they're playing him, exactly like he was played at Penn State, lining him up in the backfield, in the slot. I mean, that's exactly how a guy like Tyler Warren needs to be used.
Yeah, I agree. And that team is good now. You know, seems like they're going to be good.
Yep.
Although, who knows? Maybe Daniel Jones turns into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like it's all working what they got going on there. So,
all right, 108, Daddy.
All right, so you went T. Warren.
I did.
This is really where it gets interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
I see really. I think I see 3 selections here potentially.
Okay.
Scatterbo.
Wow, I love that.
Travion Henderson.
Okay.
Carson Swessinger. C-Swesh.
Ooh, C-Swesh, that high.
I mean,
I love it. It's the IDP show.
If we're talking about this dude being a piece that we're
a little Luke Kuechly light at the 108
that we're gonna have for 10 years, like if we're talking about like security and safety of a pick,
because we're already to the point to where we're like, is Travion gonna happen? I feel like it will. I feel like it will come around.
I think so too.
I feel like now's a good time to maybe put some offers out for Travion.
Well, especially with the Gibson ACL tears. Ramondre Stevenson had his 3rd fumble.
Got benched, but then with the Antonio Gibson was like, hey, you probably need to get back out there and play.
We actually have to use you, buddy.
Yeah, we need to use you.
We don't want to do this, but we have to use you.
So 108, you going to Swessinger?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
That's just he was in the mix.
Okay.
I'm going Scatterbo.
Okay, I love that.
I mean, geez, dude.
Getting a ton of PT.
Catches.
Yep.
Runs through everybody.
Yep.
Like, I mean, he's Lord willing. he's gonna ball.
The creek don't rise.
You know,
Yeah.
as long as his brain allows him to.
Yeah. That's
he's
true.
gonna give me fancy.
This is a
points.
war against Scatabo at this point.
Right.
All right, so 108 goes Scatabo. 109. Man, this is difficult, but I'm probably gonna go Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
I still believe that the talent is gonna come around, and we're gonna do this in a couple weeks and be like, what were we thinking?
No, I think that
Travion's gonna be great.
Yeah, he's obviously I think going to have a big second half. He feels like just that end of season breakout.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be that guy.
Yep.
Carrying a lot of teams to fantasy titles.
Yep.
Because I think that team is very good. Drake May is arrived and very good.
Yeah, I mean,
you got good receivers now too.
Yep. Diggs looks great.
Diggs looks awesome. We haven't even gotten to see Kyle Williams at any point.
I know.
But I feel like he's coming at some point. Hunter Henry's always slept on.
Yeah.
But that's just a good defense. They're gonna allow their offense a lot of
Opportunities.
I think so. Yeah. All
right.
That was the easy pick there.
Yeah. You're at the 110 now.
Okay.
So you've got two more. I've got one more.
So I think I'm gonna go. RJ Harvey is looked pretty good. I think he is like the if you're scared, and you don't want to get owned by, Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, sure. If you're worried about that kind of thing.
Right, for sure. I think that's the pick there. But I'm gonna go C-Swesh.
Okay.
C-Swesh. It is tough.
It's difficult.
Especially you've been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, it's not something I'm real accustomed to at 11 o'clock at night. But we're working through it. Okay, so at the 110 goes Carl Swessinger or C-Swesh. The 111, my last pick in the first round. Here's my thought process. I'm thinking, Colson Loveland, could he just happen? And we look up and think, man, that was stupid to let him fall that far. Matthew Golden supposedly separates really well, but it's just kind of a mess there with Jordan Love. I don't really know that I ever want to tie myself to any wide receiver with Jordan Love. Luther Burden is probably going to be next man up there when DJ Moore moves on. My other three options would be you're kind of in Abdul Carter range, you're kind of in Bayshaw Tootin range, and from a selfish perspective, I'm kind of in Harold Fannin range a little bit. I love Harold Fannin. I
don't hate it. He's been awesome.
I think he's probably more of a second rounder. I would love for him to be first.
Njoku's probably gone next season.
Year. Yeah.
And he's blown away all expectations to start. Jihad Campbell's probably in consideration.
Yeah, sure. No, I did not, but that's right. I would say here I'll probably take Luther Burden. I think there's a world where Luther Burden just smashes towards the end of this year and looks like a really, really good wide receiver in Dynasty. All right, Adam, last pick, 112. You going Abdul Carter?
Nah, I'm gonna go RJ Harvey.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be fine.
You're not worried about Dobbins?
No, especially not long term. And Harvey, we've already seen him have some, a couple really good performances.
Yeah,
popped off a little bit. Mm-hmm. You can see it there with him. Like, oh yeah, this guy, he'll
figure it out
once he gets like the lion's share of the work. Mm-hmm. Is the featured back in the offense. I think he's gonna be just fine. I
love it. I love that you also still love Travis Hunter. That's what I like most about you. But
I'm not afraid, not scared, man. Never will be.
Yeah.
And it's so early. Like it's he's a unique player. It's a unique situation. Like it's difficult for a team to manage. Like they
gave you two playbooks, offensive and defensive, and said, hey, you gotta learn both of these, man. Why did we expect this guy week one to have mastered both sides of the NFL offensive and defense? So it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, and T-Law is streaky, and that's something that like maybe we should have taken more into account. It did seem like you hear the Jaguars, he's going to Trevor Lawrence like, oh baby.
Yeah. But what's there to be oh baby about?
Right. I think if T-Law had buzz cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this guy probably has a much shorter leash. Maybe
wouldn't-
not playing tonight.
Maybe wasn't even re-signed.
Maybe so.
Maybe he's like Mac Jones. Just
Maybe so.
limping to the podium,
Yeah.
backing up Brock Purdy.
But I mean, I feel good about T Hunt. Like I'm
Yeah.
not concerned, not scared. Like I will absolutely buy if people are out there selling. I just
Yeah.
don't think there's a lot of people selling because I think a lot of people feel the same way, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to give up on a guy just because it hasn't started out
Yeah.
as hot as you hoped it would.
Yeah, you want to give up on a guy that's putting 15 points per game up in week 5? Give me a call.
Yeah.
I'd love to take that.
Truly, right? As bad as it's been, you're
Yeah.
still around that number, right? As far as points per game, like that's sign me up. Like what he's a top 5 DB,
Absolutely.
right? You know,
Absolutely.
So I mean,
It's no different than like Marcus Jones right now.
yeah,
You know, Marcus Jones is getting a bunch of kicking, punt return stuff, but now all of a sudden he's getting more playing time there on the defensive side of the ball. Kind of similar situation, but the ceiling with T Hunt is just, I mean, we're just seeing a small percentage of
Right.
what is going to come. And I even have seen some things that Leon Combs said that basically he is not really going to ask Travis to play like Brian Thomas Jr.'s role at all this year. Like there's going to be some integration into that probably next season, but really a small subset of plays was set for Travis Hunter the first couple weeks. Like we're not going to ask him to do a whole lot. We wanted to play defense because really outside corner, you know, how many plays do you really have to learn? I can't wait. I can't wait. It's
what
gonna be
about
fun
you
to watch
though?
this guy.
I mean, are you still going Hunter there at 2, or are you?
Yeah, so-
are you Mecca now?
So you only had one first. You had GT at 1, and then you were done with your first round picks.
Yeah,
So in the XFL,
I had the 102 in a league and took Hunter.
okay. Peek behind the curtain. I took Hunter at 2. I took Omarion at 4 because Tet went at 3. I took Colson Loveland at 6, which now looks like whatever. But then
still
I
fine.
did get Amika at 111, which was just a blessing because
Error on the league.
Warren went. I had taken Loveland.
RJ
Judkins
Harvey went
RJ
before him.
Harvey.
Stupid.
Caleb Johnson went.
Stupid.
So like Buka looks pretty awesome now. But yeah, in hindsight, I run it back with Travis Hunter. Because I still believe, I mean, it's hard now to not say Buka at 2.
Yeah, when he's wide receiver 1 or whatever he is right now, wide receiver 2 behind Booker or whatever.
I will say there's some decent receipts out there to where I was kind of on Buka back in February. Like I loved the guy at Ohio State and wrote it up in our first mock. I mean, I don't really put many articles out on the website, but I love the rookie stuff and I don't necessarily watch tape, but kind of coming up with where these guys need to be drafted, I really enjoy. And I loved Egbuka from the minute I watched some of his stuff at Ohio State. I just thought that he kind of filled like a little Keenan Allen kind of role, like a little good route runner, solid hands, smart.
In that same mold, I mean, JSN,
Yes.
like Chris Olave, like
Yes.
they're all in that same.
Yeah. That was really loud. I don't know what that was. Something fell maybe. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here at the IDP show week 5. I don't know how loud that was. We actually had our headphones on. Are you scared now?
Pretty loud. Hopefully we see you guys again.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, week 5, Josh will be back. We're going to wrap it up. And the IDPshow.com, make sure to get in there, get in Adam's ranks. Check out the articles this week. The IDP bets will be on Friday. Josh will be back next week. So until then, we'll see you later.